Hello, welcome back to the Games Kingdom. My name's Carl King and today we're going to be looking at the latest Free League Publishing scenario for the Alien role-playing game, and it's called Heart of Darkness. This is the third in the trilogy of these sort of scenario sort of packs. The first was Chariot of the Gods, continued into Destroyer of Worlds, and completes with Heart of Darkness. So you can play these as a sort of trilogy in order, and that will they will sort of follow on one from another as part of that particular game. Or if you wish, you can simply play them as a standalone one-shot scenario. They've been written with both of those in mind, if you like the look of one or two of them but not all of them, you can simply purchase the one that you like the look of the most, or you can purchase all three and play them in chronological order. So it's as I say, the latest from Free League Publishing in the Alien universe. So if you're a fan of the films and you're a RPG player and this is your first sort of look at the game, then today I'm not going to be giving too many sort of spoilers away, so I'm not going to go too sort of in depth and show you and sort of stay on pages for too long and that sort of thing. There's some maps in here, so you know, we're going to give you a brief overview, and if you like the look of the game and how it seems, then obviously you can check out the Free League Publishing website, where you will find the Alien RPG game and all the components for it, including things like dice, the game mother screen, the starter set, the hardback rule book, the Colonial Marine book. There's quite a lot of product already out there and being brought out by them, and it seems to be that they are going to support this game quite extensively, and it's proved to be a massive hit and has won several awards over the sort of time that it has been since first released. So what do you get? Well, in this main sort of box set of the Heart of Darkness, you get the scenario book, you get a double-sided huge map of the Erebos plasma trawling space station, you get 7 pre-generated characters to choose from, and they recommend that the scenario is designed for sort of 3 to 5 players. So you could play this with 3 players and use it as a one-shot, and then again the same group could play 3 different sort of players and make completely different decisions based on those characters and have a completely different experience, because obviously there's lots of things in here that you may not get through in just one go. But obviously if you're the game mother and you've bought this to run the game, you could play this with different people at different times, and also once you've done that and you've exhausted the characters within here that are pre-generated, you could obviously just pre-roll your own and hand those out to your players. And also what I'd like to do is not have the maximum amount of people to characters, and then potentially keep a couple back. So if I was running this with the 7 pre-generated characters, I'd probably go 4 or 5 max, as they say here, and then have 2 playing and controlled by myself, doing not too much unless instructed by the party leader, but having those as backups in case one of the characters dies. They can then take over one of those sort of NPCs and continue in the game. It just means that, you know, if 1 or 2 of your characters do die, and in this that is highly likely because of the nature of what you're going to be facing and coming up against in those scenarios, then obviously there's something there to take over and to keep that player interested and at the table. So you also get some custom cards for weapons, secret messages and personal agendas, and then you get player maps and handouts. So as I say, this is the third one in the trilogy, I've got one of the others. I've also got the Colonial Marine book and the main rule book and the starter set. So I've sort of started a collection of these. I like the Alien universe, obviously. Played role-playing games in my younger days. Want to get back into it, and thought this would be sort of scratching both of those itches from a role-playing perspective and also the actual subject matter. So let's have a quick dive into what we get. As I say, I'm going to flick through the book without lingering on too much, so you don't get too many spoilers as either a GM or, more importantly, as players. So this is the sort of scenario book, and it starts off with the obligatory thanks and sort of telling you who's done what to bring this to sort of publishing state, and then obviously tells you a bit about the characters, the scenario itself, the overview, obviously what you can expect to happen if you are the game mother and or player. Gives you a bit about the setting. Then obviously if you've got some of the previous books and or scenarios, you will be very familiar with this layout and sort of page design and art style. I really like this. Your obligatory ship stroke station cat, and then obviously lots of other sort of characters here. You've got station side locations, you've got, as I say, more information, you've got some tables in here, you've got some depictions of the different levels and floors. So yes, as you can see, you've got everything that you need here to be able to run this particular scenario as the game mother, and it will also give your players some background that they can look at. It gives you a gear appendix, and then at the back of the book you've got some vehicles and spacecraft information, and also things like your suits, explosives, ammunition, weapons. So as I say, that's a quick overview of that because of sort of spoiler alerts. You know, you will get these sort of handouts to give out to your players, and then again we'll just sort of gloss over those because that does have mission information. Then these are the 7 pre-generated characters. No real sort of spoilers because they are all pretty similar to the stuff and the fare that you got in the previous packs. And then we come on to some of the maps. So the maps are of the space station and of a couple of vehicles. So what we have here is the Citarina, and then on the flip side you have the Chariot lifeboat. So just by saying the word lifeboat you'll get a feel of potentially where things could go, a bit like Ripley escaping in the pod. So, and then you get the map of the space station and further diagrams of where you are and sort of things that you can show your players during the game. So again, quite a nice little pack of things there. You also get some additional cards. Now some of these I can show you without sort of too many spoilers because these things are just weapons. So you've got an electrostatic pistol, an electrostatic shotgun, a pressure pod, EVA pressure pod, and basically a incinerator stroke flamethrower. On the flip side, again, gives you all the details of how your weapons work. Each particular character in the game that you can play is going to get a personal agenda, and these are all of those, and there are different acts, and in each act those characters will get those personal agendas given to them, and then they will need to make good on those personal agendas if they can obviously. And then there are also a bunch of story cards. So again, not going to show you too much of these, but as you can see, they will be given out during the course of the scenario, and or before, and you know, you will sort of play to the story and do the best you can to survive. So as I say, this is the Free League Publishing latest offering, the Alien Heart of Darkness scenario box set. If you go onto the Free League site, you will find all you need there in their web store for not only the Alien RPG game, but for several others, including the One Ring set in Middle Earth. And I will be doing my next review video for Free League on that particular rulebook in the next 2 or 3 weeks, perhaps over sort of Christmas and New Year period. Free League were very kind enough to send me both the Heart of Darkness and the One Ring rulebook in their physical forms for me to do these reviews, and I must say that the quality of their products is excellent. The card stock that they give you, very nice, and a nice size. They are sort of playing card size, so you don't sort of have to strain to read them. They're nice sort of sized cards and excellently produced sort of items, booklets and maps. So yeah, if you're a fan of RPGs and of the Alien franchise, then yeah, just check it out. I just started by buying the starter set and then sort of progressed from there, simply because I'm a fan of the genre and the films. So yeah, www.Free League Publishing, and have a look at their website, where you'll find everything you need for this game and plenty of others. You will also find there some sort of downloads and things, and if you do buy the physical forms, you will also get downloads for the items or certain items in those packs, so that you can have them on a tablet or your laptops, so that you can take those away with you. If you don't want to take the books in their physical forms, you can have them on a tablet or on your phone, and you can flick through them at any time, which I also think is a very nice touch that they've done for these. I think they've done it for all of these sort of role-playing games, but certainly for the Alien ones, it's up there. When you purchase, you get a link and you can download those and sort of put it on your mobile devices. So check them out. You can also play this game online, and there are links and things to those sort of sites on there as well, telling you where you can go to do that, and you can run your games online if you can't meet up in person, and everything is done online for you. Keeps all of the stats, rolls all the dice, makes a note of what gear you've got, that sort of thing, and you sit there and you can play the game over the internet on your laptop with a game mother, and you don't even have to be in the same room or even the same country. So yeah, Free League Publishing, Alien RPG, Heart of Darkness, one of a trilogy, as I said, of Chariot of the Gods and Destroyer of Worlds, but all of these can be played as a standalone scenario and one-shot game. So as I say, if you just like the look of one of them, go ahead, get that, try it out, and then you can either go forward or back into that trilogy and maybe sort of complete it if you and your party survive. So until then, until we see you on another one of these, bye for now.